Tony, didn't WIBC have hosts that held a big rally about property taxes and told people to take off work and come on down? What's the difference between that and a teachers union? Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. The Popcorn Moment is coming up, brought to you by the good people at Booher Remodeling, BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. Their 5-step design process, start to finish, the consultation to the construction to that finished product. You are going to love what Booher does for you. They've done incredible work for me in my bathroom and what they could do, your kitchen, your bathroom. How about turning that basement into a home theater? Renovation is what they do, and they do it remarkably well. The best material, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana, the highest quality brand names you know and trust. Booher will guide you through the entire process, starting with that free initial consultation, helping you turn your ideas into a reality. And they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. You're going to love working with Booher. Every step of the way, you'll know what's going on. No surprises. Nothing but the best for you and your family, increasing the value of your home and your life. Booher Remodeling. Talk to them today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. 852-5546 or online at Booher. BOOHER. BooherRemodeling.com. The Popcorn Moment. Let's go. It's the story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. I will get to that story coming up. But, of course, how these teachers, IPS, Indianapolis Public Schools, it'll be an e-learning day because they have to go to the Capitol to protest. They could have done that over the weekend. Nope, they chose a Monday to impact your kids. Right? That's the objective there. And someone's asking, so Rob Kendall asked people to take off work and come down to the State House on a Monday in March. And that's okay, not just if you're a teacher. First, I believe it was St. Patrick's Day. I'm not saying that it's a big national holiday in terms of days off. I'm just saying it was a holiday. Secondly, if I can be so bold, you want to discuss the public sector and the private sector? A lot of people came down. Maybe they were retired. Maybe they're on their own business. Maybe they decided to take the day off. That is different than when a union that works within the public sector says we are going to organize to impact these students and create the maximum amount of pain. Those are different things. Now, you can say they're not different things, but I want to be clear. You would be wrong. They're different things. Everybody knows that they're different things. And I would ask, if someone doesn't go to the event, rather they show up to school and say, I want to teach, do they get in trouble? Do they get blacklisted? I'm sorry, that's racist. Do they get whitelisted? I don't know anymore what the list is, but I know there's a list, and it's probably pretty bad, to be honest. So you come up with a color or descriptor of the list, and that's what I'll call it. I'm stating to the Indiana State Teachers Association, if you want to fight about this, I'm all in. I have advocated from this microphone for paying teachers the most in the country. But I want to fire the bad teachers. The unions argue you can't fire the bad teachers, and somehow we can't decide because we're just parents or we're just Hoosiers and we're not educated. Our argument is your education, so-called, is part of the problem. We do know the good teachers from the bad teachers, and by the way, so do you. So why not work with us? And let's get rid of the bad teachers. And then, yes, I'm serious as a heart attack. Let's pay teachers in Indiana more than any other state in the union and make teachers fight to be here. That's what we should want. We should want teachers who are willing to risk it all, every last bit, to get to Indiana to be able to teach.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Damn straight. So I state what I state. I'm not backing down for a second I have absolutely no faith that the Indiana State Teachers Association wants what's best for my kid. And being in charge of my kid's education, as I am, I will say so very clearly. This going to the State House today is performance art. This is not real. This is not legit. It will not move the needle. It's performance art. And maybe not every teacher deserves a raise. And the idea that somehow we decided that we must love education so much that everybody deserves a raise all the time is ridiculous. We're lying to ourselves. We should stop. Now let's get to the popcorn moment, shall we? So glad we had that talk right there. This is Senator Cory Booker, Democrat, New Jersey, a 25-hour filibuster. Oh, so brave, talking to Kristen Welker on Meet the Press.
American people.
You know, some of your Democratic colleagues are actually calling for an investigation into whether or not there was insider trading. The president saying it's a good time to buy, and then, of course, hitting the pause button on some of those tariffs. Do you believe that Democrats have any real evidence that anyone in the administration profited off of the president's policies and announcements, or is this just a fishing expedition?
You know, here's the problem with Donald Trump and congressional.
Wait a second, Cory Booker. Kristen Welker asked the right question here. You and your progressive ilk decided that when Trump put out a post on social media for the world to see that said, great time to buy stocks, and later that day, we started hearing about a reprieve on tariffs, you said that was insider trading, all set up so his billionaire friends could make money. But he said it publicly. He said it to the world. Go buy stock. Great day to buy. Something very Trumpy to be said when the market was down because of his tariffs. You and others like Adam Schiff have said that he's guilty of insider trading. He did this for insider trading reasons, and we're going to investigate. Kristen Welker there on NBC is asking a question. Do you have any proof? And the response from Cory Booker is, and I believe this is in the Latin that I'm giving it here. I'm going to make sure if I get this right. That's the answer from Cory Booker. Spartacus himself with no answer to this clear lie that he's stating that he's now questioned about.
Republicans is our whole system was designed to have checks and balances. Now, Trump has designed an administration like none we've ever seen before. He is attacking the very agencies that are supposed to have independent oversight of these kind of actions. So we see him hiring people based upon their loyalty, not based upon their expertise.
You mean what Joe Biden did when he put Alejandro Mayorkas in as the Secretary of Homeland Security? You mean what Joe Biden did when he put in Javier Becerra as the Secretary of Health and Human Services? Cory Booker, don't lie to us. We see you. Don't you understand that we see you? Of course he hired for loyalty and political purposes, did Joe Biden. How else did Kamala Harris get the job? He didn't hire on qualifications for vice president. He hired because Jim Clyburn of South Carolina, the congressman, said, I'll help you win South Carolina. If you get elected, you have to have a black woman as on the Supreme Court and for vice president, right? Or was it just Supreme Court? We know that this was the deal. None of that was based on anything other than some level of gimme and not based on a true understanding. You think Kamala Harris had a true understanding of how it all works? I should be playing her cackle instead. Of course they're loyal. What a ridiculous statement. What argument are you making here? And the agencies are meant to determine what it is the executive branch does? The agencies aren't in the Constitution, Boychik. The executive branch is the executive branch, and the legislative branch is the legislative branch. And the oversight is us in elections, not these agencies, which, like a teachers' union, should be absolutely broken. Maybe if the agencies actually did their job, that'd be better. Matt Bear